that I'm a Muslim. I proud myself as a Muslim, and then I try as much as possible just to follow that particular tenet. And then I want to believe that if everybody is doing what they are meant to do at the right time, we can take social lender from what it is today to the next stage, which is the focus of this training. And I want to say categorically that we have a very young team. In the last 2 months, I've worked with Abubakar, Taiwo, Abdurrahman, and then Okoyemi. They have been fantastic, and I want to believe that with the right leadership that is being provided today by the CTO, the CEO, and the COO, we can make social lender to be what we want it to be. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you very much for that kind words. Thank you very much. I didn't realize Okpeyemi was on the call. So Okpeyemi, please, can you introduce yourself?
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Okpeyemi Orebi, Product Manager, Lagos location. Right. So, like everyone else, what's fun about me? I'm a soccer analyst. When it comes to football, we talk about it, and I love to dissect it, and that's what's fun about me.
Do you play the game?
I do try my best. I'm a left footer, by the way. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Fantastic. So my name is Moody, right? I'm the lead product manager with Social Lender. I also managed operations as chief operations officer here. Like Okpeyemi, I'm a football fan. I'm an Arsenal fan, right? And I get.
Yeah, sorry, sir. My condolences, sir.
Well, I'm back on top of the table. No matter how short the time is, I'm still on top of the table.
Temporarily.
And it's my pleasure to lead this team. You guys have been doing a whole lot, and I'm happy to have everybody on this call, right? Spoken to a couple of us, I think the oldest person on this team is Taiwo, if I recall correctly. Taiwo has been with us, I think, the longest. So we understand our culture, we understand our people, we understand what we need to do as a team, right? What we do as leadership or as management is just to offer direction to the team, and just to let you guys know that we are rooting for you, and your success is our success, right? The face of Social Lender in Ijebu Igbo is actually Taiwo. The face of Social Lender in your location is you. So it's not Mr. Moody, it's not Mr. Badi. You are the contact people meet when you talk about Social Lender. You're the one they meet, and you're the one that represents, and how you communicate to them represents Social Lender. So if you communicate shabbily, people will not take Social Lender seriously, because if the person I meet in Kanu or in Kaduna or in Ijebu Igbo is not convincing, why am I spending time with these people? Right. So I need us to own that product, own Social Lender, own the narrative. How you communicate the product is very important. And that's why we have these trainings and these sessions put together, to be able to refresh our knowledge, and also to pass new information as with regards to Social Lender, because we believe you are the contact point. You are the Social Lender people know, right? You interact with your ambassadors, you interact with stakeholders like end users, right? You interact with leadership, right? So you are the center of the product, which is a very unique place, unique position to be. If you see what the picture I'm trying to paint. Without you, Social Lender will struggle in your location. With you, Social Lender will thrive in your location. And Social Lender thriving in your location also means you are thriving in your career, you are thriving in your career and your field of expertise. You are building knowledge, and even if it comes to a point where people will start referring you to Mr. Social Lender, and you take pride in it because the business, the product is thriving. But if it's shabby and people refer you to Mr. Social Lender, you'll be angry because you're like, it's not something you want to associate yourself with. But what we want to do is to get to that point where you are comfortable at any point in time to talk about the products. You're comfortable to train people on the product, comfortable to sell the product. Because even if we go with the title project assistant, product manager, what we all are is that we are ambassador of the product, right? We are all ambassador of the product. We speak the product, we talk to people about the product, people ask us questions about the product, and we're an ambassador of the product. We guide people to how to use our products. We train people on how to use our products. We are simply an ambassador of the product. So if you take away the title, the CEO, the CTO, product manager, product owner, project manager, associate project manager or product owner, what we simply are, we are all ambassadors of Social Lender. And the reason why I'm on this call is to let you guys know that we have to be good ambassadors, right? Because the testimonials coming from people has suggested that before now we've all not been good ambassadors. The testimonials coming from people before now has also suggested that at some point we were a good ambassador and we started dropping the ball. All right. And that's why, we need to constantly refresh ourselves. We need to constantly ask questions. We need to constantly do trainings like this, like the one we're going to, the next 3 days, we're going to be talking about Social Lender, deep dive into it, expanding some of the conversation. And I expect everybody on this call to take the knowledge and transfer it to their local guides and their ambassadors that report to them. So this information that you're going to be learning today is not just going to be for you to seize and own. We see you as a channel to pass this information to everybody that work with you, right? So there are going to be sessions where we will need you to set up to train people with the knowledge you're going to receive today. But even without this session, we expect you that every contact you get, every point you get, please train your ambassadors, train your local guide on this information. Constantly passing this information is what we keep everybody well informed, is what we keep everybody progressing in the right direction, right? So thank you for being here. Thank you for making our time. It's the first day of the training. I expect an interactive session, but I also expect you to extend grace to the presenter, right? To the facilitator, I should say, extend grace to him. He's going to say some things that you're not necessarily going to appreciate or welcome at first, but listen to him. He's going to take his time to train you, break it down, open yourself up to new knowledge. Don't just say, "Oh, this is not how we used to do it," right? Or this is not how the former, or this is not how Evaristos taught us, or this is not how Evaristos did it, or this is not how Mr. Moody said it before. Right? Ask question, write your question down, but extend grace to the facilitator. Allow him go through the documentation he has or the slide he has, then ask questions. Fantastic. Abdurrahman, you want to be mute, right? I will have time for questions. We'll have time to interact, to engage, right? So, having said that, I will hand over now to the facilitator. Roman, your mic is on. You want to mute that, right? So I will hand over now to the facilitator, Kazim, to take us through the training proper and training session. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And you said 90% of what is meant to be said as a way of introduction. So there are a whole lot of things that is going to change, and then of course there are new knowledge that is going to be passed. So there are certain things that is going to be strange to us, and then we should just open our minds to those changes, then there are certain things that is not going to go down well with us, because this is more or less like a family meeting where we would tell ourselves the bitter truth. So at the end of the day, we will all go back home and then just to reassess ourselves, and then everything is just for the good of the business. And then one thing that I would also like to say here is that this training is just to take us from where we are to the next stage. Before now, social lender used to be a lending solution where all what we give out is loan. But that has changed, and that is changing, and it is definitely going to change. So we are going into a full blast financial services, meaning that on our app, on our SMS, on our WhatsApp, on our USSD, we want to be able to do everything that you can do on your bank app. You can do transfer, you can do withdrawal, you can buy airtime, top up, you can buy insurance, you can do investment, you can do a whole lot of things, even FX, and then all of that, crypto, and then everything comes on board that app. That is the long time plan of that solution. But like every business, it is one step after the other, and then the foundation has to be solid. If it's not solid and you put anything on it, then it's going to crumble. And the solution, and then the foundation for this solution are the people. And then when we are talking about the people, we are talking about the ambassadors. We are talking about the local guides. So that is why this training is very, very critical, and then it is timely. So I'm going to be sharing with you within the next 3 days slides on the new services that we are going to be introducing, and at the same time we are going to be looking at a whole lot of changes that is going to come up. So I'll be sharing my screen. I don't know why host disabled participants screen sharing, so I need a permission for that.
The host should give you permission.
Yeah, I don't know.
The host.
Yeah. I need permission to share.
Okay, are you there?
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you give me?
I need to share my screen.
Share screen.
Yeah, you can. You are now close.
Okay, let me see now.
Try again.
Say host disabled participants screen sharing. That's what you're saying.
Sorry, who is Bincom Dev Center? I think that's possible. Can make you.
Oh, I thought you were the one.
No, I'm not. I think that is the Motulade.
So can you please quickly?
Okay.
It's the same thing. So while that is ongoing, so I'll just need to quickly say that our community sensitization is still going to be what it is. Financial literacy, we are still going to be doing it the way we are doing it, just that there are some changes because there are new curriculum that has been added in terms of insurance sales, in terms of withdrawal services, transfer services, and then the way we report our own activities. Before now, I know that there are certain things that we need to submit at the end of every session, but all those things are not being submitted. Some submitted, but not adequate. So all those things has to change. So
can you try it now, Kasim?
yeah, let me see. It's saying the same thing. Okay, I have to. Okay, let's see. Maybe they should just grant access to.
Can you
Okay,
again?
No, I think they grant access to the one on my phone. I prefer if they grant the one the access to the one on my laptop.
So I'll just make the one with his surname, the host.
I think both as okay.
Both have yours. Okay.
By its surname, yeah.
What I'm trying to do that, can you check if you can share now, because I did something differently while you were talking.
Okay, I can. I think I can share now.
Okay.
Yeah, I can share now. Okay. Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah, your screen is trying to, influence.
Okay. So the 3-day training, maybe probably I should share the schedule to the 3 days training. The day one, we are going to be looking at my circle. Then after that, we'll be looking at the ambassador operations. Then we'll be looking at local guide operation. Then we'll look at practical aspect of our services. So to start with, I'll start with my circle. So I'm sure that we've heard this word over and over again. What my circle is all about. My circle is another platform of Bincom ICT. So this is the arm of the business that is responsible for the recruitment, employment, payment, and then all HR activities that has to do with the ambassadors. And this is the arm of the business too that partner with third parties when it comes to carrying out other activities. If you want to do public engagement, probably you want to run an advert across Nigeria. Maybe you want to do a customer survey, across Nigeria. Then maybe you have a promo to do with the likes of probably Coca-Cola, with the likes of MTN, and then they need a foot soldiers to move around Nigeria to do what I'll call the dirty jobs. The dirty jobs in the sense that we need to go into the hinterlands, we need to go everywhere, collect all those responses, and then of course we need to send feedback to whoever that has engaged us. So Social Lender is a client of my circle, because most of all the ambassadors that we have today on Social Lender, they are all employee of my circle. So, and then my circle, some of our clients can be banks, they can be retail stores, then they can be big corporate companies. So, and then there are other opportunities that my circle has, because it can go into other activities, just like the one that is being displayed on your screen now. We've had campaign for unity in the body of Christ. We've had some campaigns for Social Lender, in the past. And then, of course, if you need any more information on my circle, you can go to the URL below. And then if you need to engage any internal staff on this, you can talk to Olivia. Olivia will be able to give you information, but my circle is available on social media. If you check Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and the like. So you can join any of those social media handles, at least just to see some of their activities. And the reason why we are talking about this is that you may have people around you that need our service. You should be able to bring those kind of people into the business, people that want to do maybe an event, and then probably they need a lot of people to handle them. Then that is where
can I say something?
My circle comes in. So perhaps Samudi will have one or two things to add.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. I just wanted to just to clarify. My circle is a social influence solution. That is a big grammar. What it means really is that it's the marketing arm, or the marketing tool, or the communication tool of Beancom. It's a startup on its own that was incubated by Beancom Dev Center, and the focus is to help startups, brand, small and medium enterprise, communicate their value, their products, their services, or communicate their information to the larger audience or to a specific audience. So what we are doing, again, is divided into two: a communication tool where you have ambassadors go and communicate your brand value, right? And we also have a network agency which is your ambassador arm, where my circle ambassadors go about executing your business for you, just the way we have ambassadors on Social Lender executing our tax and our values, for Social Lender. So those are the two channels. So if you have a brand who are looking for agent network to leverage on, please talk to my circle. Olivia is the contact person, and you can talk to anyone in-house. If you also have, like Kazima said, if you also have a client or a friend who is looking to just communicate information, where they are looking to do a research, they are looking to do a survey, they are looking to pass information about their brand or about their business to its specific demography, maybe youth, maybe farmers, maybe traders, and they just want to target that demography. Yes, my circle, it's also the team to talk to. All right, so if you have any of those, I just wanted to break it down. When you see social influence solution, it looks like, oh, what are they into? We just help brand to communicate. We help brand to do marketing. We help brand to communicate their message, their value, their service, and their products. All right. So thank you very much. The links are there. The social media pages are there. My second across all social media page, you'll find us. Then we have a URL link that you can click on to sign up to be an ambassador and to know more about what we have done in the past and what we're planning to do in the future. Thank you. Back to Kazim.
Okay, thank you so much for that breakdown. So we learn every day. So I've picked one or two things, and I want to believe my team member they've picked one or two things. So and then as a part of the rudiment of this training. So one of the activities is that after each session, we are going to be asking a team member, probably one or two, just to give us a sense of what they've learned from what we just discussed before we move to probably the next slide, which has to do with the ambassador. So I would like to, I don't know if there's anybody that wants to share his experience, what you have learned within the last 10-15 minutes when we started this training. Exactly looking at my circle as a social influence. Is there anybody here that wants to share what he has learned? I just need just one person to just talk. Hello, Abdurrahman, you want to speak? Okay. Maybe
so there's we need this is a leadership meeting. Everybody here leads a team, all right?
Okay.
So I expect it to be very engaging, all right? And I expect us to speak up, right?
Yeah.
It's either you are volunteering or you are volunteered. We don't want to start calling names, right? So
Exactly.
please let's engage, let's know that we are all present here, right? There are one or two things about my circle that you probably have learned or that you know before now that you want to clarify. There are questions you have around my circle. This is the time.
So Abdurrahman, you can go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Hello, everyone.
Yes, yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
All right. Basically, what I think I've picked from the session so far concerning my circle is the fact that it's a marketing brand, or it's an arm that markets other people's brand, or it's an arm that other organizations leverage on their platform in order to promote or market their products. I think
Okay.
that is the little I can say. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Okay, so so moving on quickly because of time. So we are going to be looking at social lender as a product, and then of course this slide that I'm showing you, I'm sure you have seen it countless number of times. But then if you look at it critically, there are so many things that has changed by the time you start reading through. But I'll just glance through some of them. So the target audience for social lender really is those people that have not seen the four walls of a bank before. They don't have a bank account. They have no BVN. They don't know how to do transfer. All what they know is I have money. I want to spend my money. I move to the next store. I buy things and I'm off. So social lender is now a financial inclusion solution, meaning that with us, we can open an account for you. We can help you to get a BVN. We can assist you to start using our service, meaning that you can use our service to buy insurance. You can use our app to do balance inquiry. You can use it to withdraw money. All those accounts that we have opened for our customers over the years. Now we have a service that they can use to withdraw money directly from those accounts using some of our agents, which we are going to be talking about later. So our target is still the people that does not have bank account today. They are people that are still in those rural communities. There are still those people that still keep money under their bed sheets, bedspread, and then pillow. So those are still our target audience. It has not changed. And then for you to be an ambassador, of course, just like we have rightly said, you need to have some level of education, because you are going to be talking to people that we feel that you are more knowledgeable than. So you must have a minimum of a school certificate. If you have a NYSC, of course, that is fine. Then, of course, you need to fill a guarantor form, and then you need to sign a contract. And then, importantly, you need to have a smartphone. A smartphone, because there are some of those services that you are going to be showing to your customers that you need to have on your phone for you to be able to probably market whatever that you want to sell. And at the same time, for trainings like this, there are some activities that you need to carry out on your phone. That is why having a smartphone is very, very critical. But if you can have a laptop, of course, is going to be a plus. So that is that about what you need to do to have to be employed as an ambassador. And then as an ambassador, these are your duties. Your duty is to go into the community. You need to do what is called community sensitization. You talk to them about our services. You help them to do BVN registration. As an ambassador, you need to work with a local guide. A local guide, it is somebody that is known in that environment. It is somebody that is going to introduce you to that community, because we know that you cannot just walk into any community and then you start talking to people. There must be somebody that is going to guide you that, okay, let's start from probably from the community edge, probably from the ballet, or from the Igwe, as the case may be. So as an ambassador, you need to recruit a local guide. Then, of course, as part of your duty you need to make sure that any challenges that the local guides and those people that you are bringing on board that they have, you need to find a way to help them to solve it. If it has to mean you have to call a head office, call whoever that needs to help them to resolve issues, you need to help them to do it. And at the same time, there's a weekly report that you need to submit, because that is a report to show that for the week that you have carried out all the activities that you are meant to do, because within a week you are meant to do community sensitization, you need to do financial literacy, and we want to be sure that you are doing all those activities, because you are going to be paid for those activities. And then as an ambassador, you are not meant to collect money from any end user. You are not meant to hold money for any reason. So your job is for you to sensitize. Your job is for you to train. You are not meant to receive money, whether it is loan repayment, whether it is a insurance premium that they want to pay, whether it is money that they want to send. You are not in any way authorized to take any money from them. Then as a local guide, if you are employing a local guide, you should also understand what a local guide will ordinarily do. Local guide too can also register end users on the BVN registration with proper training. They can open an account, and then of course they can also onboard customers on social lender platform. So as part of the duties of an ambassador, you must ensure that a local guide is carrying out all of these activities. And then as an ambassador, there are 7 activities that you need to carry out. As we go along, you will see all those 7 activities. So, and then of course, a local guide, the people that you can employ as a local guide or you can recruit as a local guide, they must have a physical location. It must be somebody that has a shop, somebody that has a house, or somebody that is well known in that community. That even though he's not going to be collecting money from people, he's not going to be giving out money, but it must be somebody that is trusted within that community. I remember this last weekend, Abubakar was somewhere in Kaduna trying to retrieve some of our items that has been there for like maybe for like a month or 2. So it was the local guide and the community head that helped him to probably get all those items back. So that is why anybody that we have to employ must be somebody that is trustworthy and that is known within that community, and it must be somebody that is speaking their language. If it is Hausa, if it is Ijo, if it is Yoruba, Igbo, Efik, then it must be somebody that can speak their language in addition to English. English can be pidgin English, of course. It should be able to communicate with people, and then of course it must have a smartphone too, because there are times that as a local guide, you have to carry out some activities for us. And this slide that you are seeing now is just a structure of how we are working. Today, we have project assistants employ ambassador. So ambassador can now engage the services of local guides. So one ambassador can engage 4 local guides. That is what this structure is trying to portray. But as we go down, you will see other structures. So, like I said, our services are changing. we are moving from loans to other services, and these are our services. We have what we call major services and we have minor services. Our major service now is social reputation score. So it's one of the things that we are going to be marketing, telling people about how social media can assist them to be able to access financial services. So meaning that social reputation does not mean that you have to be it goes beyond that. It has to do with you being friendly to your neighbors, you being friendly to your church members, being good to your community association, because at one point or the other, you might need them for you to be able to enjoy some of the services that we are going to be extending to you, because we won't ask you to go and bring a collateral, go and bring a house, go and bring your car because you want to enjoy social lender services. No. So we want to leverage on the people that you know, people, how good you are to people. So this is one of the services that we want to push to make sure that people know that they can go on our services by being good to people within their environment, because they will need them to be able to enjoy our service. Then also we do credit and loans today. Sterling Bank, Unity Bank, and then FCMB Microfinance is still our partner banks. We are still going to be giving loans, but for now it is on hold. But at some point in the future, we will have to go back to this. Then one other service that is very critical at this point that we need to market seriously is micro insurance. Presently, we partner with FBN Insurance and Gozi Insurance. Insurance, there's still a slide to explain what insurance is all about, and then what are the services, and then all of that. So, but at this point, I just want us to know that we are going to be marketing insurance seriously going forward. And then how we are going to be doing that, we are going to explain it as we go further within the training. A farm input credit, of course, the likes of OCP. So we still need to continue to sell that service, where farmers can leverage on us to buy fertilizer, buy seedlings, buy equipment, so that are not capital intensive, so they can still enjoy that. Then another service here is the cash deposit and the withdrawal service. So which is a service that has to do with you taking money from a bank account that is linked to your social lender profile. So if I have a GT card linked to my social lender account, I can actually withdraw money. I can deposit money into those accounts. So it's a service that is going to come on board very soon, and we are working on it. Then carbon credit too is another service where we partner with another company to give out credit, in form of probably a credit card or maybe a loan to our customers. Then other minor services that we have today is community sensitization, of course, financial literacy, BVN registration, account opening, and then agriculture-based practice training. That one too is one of the service that we are going to be expanding on to. So community sensitization, people can approach you that they want you to come and sensitize people within this environment. It is part of the service, you know, the training of people on what financial services is all about is also part of the services. So like I said earlier on, there are 7 activities that as an ambassador you have to carry out. You have to do community sensitization, you have to do financial literacy, BVN registration, open bank accounts, onboard customers on the social lender, and then of course you can help your customers to have a good rating using our social reputation scoring. And the last one has to do, you have to help them, you have to show them how to use our services, how to use our micro insurance services, how to use our services when it comes to withdrawal, transfer, and the likes, and then of course how to request for loans. So these 7 activities are meant to be carried out by ambassadors, and at the same time, as a local guide too, they need to carry out these activities also. But for their payments, they get payment at a particular stage on this activities, which we are still going to get to when we are talking about. So community sensitization is just for an ambassador working with a local guide to go to a community. It can be a marketplace, it can be a church, it can be a mosque, it can be a school, it can be anywhere that you know that there are a large number of people. And then what you are going there to do is just to talk to them about social lender. And then you are talking to them that, okay, you are having a financial literacy training somewhere, maybe next week, maybe 2 weeks time, maybe tomorrow. Then of course you are giving them a slip to fill, which is a form of invitation. So as part of activities for that particular activities, in order for us to know that yes, you have actually gone out on that community sensitization, you have to make sure that you have a 5-minute video of what you did within that locality. You need to have 5 clear pictures of what you carried out within that community. We quite understand that then there may be cases where people will say, don't take my picture, don't take my video, and then you know, all of that. So that is the essence of you going out with a local guide. With a local guide will be the one to talk to them. Is going to be the one to probably help you to take the picture, is the one that is going to take the video. So it is not a question of you taking their picture. Probably you want to go and use it for probably something sinister. No. So that is why, as a rule, there is no ambassador that is allowed to go into a community without going with a local guide. So that is very, very important. Then 2, for the financial literacy training, financial literacy training has to happen in an enclosure. It can be in a school. It can be in our office location. It can be in a place that you know that it is safe enough to have between 5 and 15 people in a class, that you can talk to them one-on-one on all our services. At the end of the training, you need to make sure that you have attendance register. They need to have an attendance register where they will sign their name, phone number, email address, and all of that, because there is need for us to probably get back to them. And then, of course, there is need for us to continue to engage them. So that is why it is very critical for us to have all these emails and then phone number. And very soon too, because we are moving from what we used to do to another thing, then definitely in the next couple of weeks or so, there will be need for us to start sending out emails, then probably sending out bulk SMS, sensitizing them that social lender is now doing 1, 2, 3 things. So that is why it is very important for us to make sure that, yes, we have that attendance register. It is very, very critical. And at the same time, you need to have 5 clear pictures of that event. You need to have a 5-minute video of that event. And at the same time, at the end of the training, there should be a kind of interview where you can talk to 1 or 2 people to give a kind of impact on what they have gone through within the 5, 10, 15 minutes of that training. Has there been anything that they gained? Then of course, if there is need for follow-up calls, and then all of that. So it is at that point that you need to do another video just to record that impact, which is going to be useful for us to, at some point, if you have to do what I'll call feedback mechanism, for us to know that yes, what we are actually doing is actually impacting people positively. So BVN registration is part of our activities too. Just like I said, of course, we have internal registration, and then we have the external registration days, whereby people can come into our office to have BVN registration. Then there are times that, of course, we need to take it to the community to go and register them, because everybody might not be a chance to come to the office. And then, of course, since it is financial inclusion, there are times that you need to be mobile to go to them, and then, of course, help them to register. And then for them to register, of course, the simple thing that they need is just to fill a form, and then with our machine, with our scanner, we'll be able to register them. Then, of course, account opening too is still part of the service. We are still going to be opening an account for them, and the accounts that has to be opened are the accounts of our partner banks, which are today, as at today, is FCMB, Microfinance, Sterling Bank, and then FCMB, Sterling, and Unity Bank. These are the 3 banks that we partner with. But I want to believe in the future we'll have more banks coming on board. Then the other service is the social lender onboarding. After we have done the sensitization, financial literacy, BVN, account opening, the meat for us as a company is for us to bring them onto our platform. That is why we have to make sure that everybody comes on social lender platform. And of course, as an ambassador, there is a platform that you can use to enroll them, either singly, one by one, or of course, if you have many of them, there is a way you can do bulk registration. So as an ambassador, you will learn how to onboard a customer onto social lender. And once they are on our platform, if you are a local guide, if you get to this stage, that is at this stage that we are going to pay a local guide for the services that he has done. I think presently it is 100 naira, but I think that is changing. As we go on, we'll see what is changing to. Then the sixth activities is making sure that whoever that we have onboarded onto our platform is not just for them to just come to the platform and just be there. We are not gaining anything if they are just there. So the benefit for us is for them to be using our service. We want them to use our service to buy micro insurance. We want them to be able to use it to do transfer, to do withdrawal. We want them to use it to do loan requests. We want them to be able to use to do a whole lot of other things. And the only way we can do that is that we are constantly engaging them. And the only way we can do that is by feedback. We go back to those community once in a while, and then of course ask them a kind of a follow-up questions, and we also teach them on how to use our services using all the channels that we have available. Then the last one, of course, which is trying to make sure that the people that we have onboarded, that they are using our services. And the only way you can do that, of course, like I said, as part of the activities, we are going to be sending them probably a weekly or maybe a bi-weekly messages introducing our services. And at the same time, we are going to be telling them if they have issues with their services, of course, they can get back to our ambassadors, who will be able to assist them to resolve some of their issues. And then, of course, ambassadors' payments is still 7,500 naira weekly. That has not changed. So, and then, of course, as part of the incentive, there's a 5% transaction fee that is paid to them. You know, once we have any of the customers that they have introduced, if that customer is using our service for the first 6 months, this is where we have to be careful here. The 5% transaction fee that we are going to be paying to them is not forever. It's just going to be for the first 6 months. So after 6 months, that 5% payment to them is going to stop. So telling them that even though after their 5,000, after their 7,005 naira weekly payment, they are still going to be entitled to 5% of transaction fee from all the transactions that anybody that they introduce to the platform is doing. So, but that is going to be for a limited period of 6 months. So, so after 6 months, that one is going to stop. Then ambassadors to, of course, you have to make sure that you upgrade your customers. Upgrading means that you need to upgrade minimum of 20 users daily, the minimum of 100 users weekly. I'm sure that we all understand this, that as an ambassador, you have to work with your local guide to make sure that you have 20 users daily for you to onboard. You need to move them from one stage to another, from the BVN to account opening, from the account opening to social lender onboarding. So weekly, you need to do 100, and the only way we can track this is that there is going to be a weekly returns, a report that is going to be submitted weekly, and then that is part of the activities as a project assistant. You need to make sure that you monitor that they are doing what they are expected to do, and then it is on this basis that we are going to pay them their money, and this is done weekly. So, and then of course we need to also know that as an ambassador, you need to meet all these criteria before you can be paid. And if you are inactive, you will be given 1 week. After 1 week, if you are still not performing, we can take you off our platform as an ambassador. So you need to pass this message clearly to them. And then to the local guides, I'm taking my time to explain this because most of these things we are still going to encounter them along the line. So I'm just going to gloss, over them. So that's why I'm taking my time to just explain it here.
Hold
So
on, Kazim. Hi,
okay.
Kazim. Hold on. I just wanted to feel the pulse in the room, right? Is
Okay.
everyone still here?
Yeah, we are here.
All right. Baka, are you here?
Yes, sir. We are here. We are listening, sir.
All right. Taiwo rather. Taiwo, are you still there?
I think Taiwo used to have issue with his network. It is on and off. Probably is off for now.
Okay, are you still here? Okay, I mean. Hi, Evaristos. Well, I didn't know when you joined.
Oh, that's
Yeah. Sorry, sir. I joined in ever since I've been here. Been on the call.
All right. Okay.
Evaristos,
okay, I mean, are you here?
Yeah, Kazim, good morning.
Morning, how you doing?
Okwe is here. Let me call him because he was one who called me. I've
Yeah,
been around.
I just want to make sure we are still here. Okwe has walked away from his system.
So that was why I said everybody should put on their video so that we'll see who is there and who's not.
It's good to have that check once in a while so that you know who is in the room. And I don't see questions in the chat. I don't see people raising up their hands to ask questions. All right, we are used to this part of the presentation, is my guess, and there's something. I'm just giving you a station break to catch your breath, Kazim. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's I'm using that to check if anybody is in the room and if we have questions.
I thought question will come after the presentation because we are writing it down, the questions.
So if you can also put a question in the chat, right, so that everybody, people can ask questions, right? We want to make it interactive. Put it in the chat. Just drop the question in the chat so that you don't forget, because we can come to the end of the presentation and we are rushing to go into another meeting and you will forget your questions. So if you put it in the chat, we're able to track and follow you. And anybody can take a stab at those questions, can answer the question from their own understanding.
Exactly.
Before Kazim runs off. Right. So let's do that. Yeah, include the questions. Yeah. There's a slide Kazim was talking about where that he said we were looking to increase partnership with the various banks, where he listed some of the banks that we're working with right now. And I was going to say there is a drive, and that I need you guys to pick up, where we're looking at introducing onboarding microfinance bank on this platform, right? So every ambassador here, every project assistant here in every location, like I said in the beginning, we are all ambassadors. Take away the titles, we are all ambassadors of the product. You should be able to walk into a microfinance bank to say, hey, my name is Abdurrahman, or my name is Evaristos, I represent Social Lender. We are a digital financial service provider. We can help you grow your numbers. We can help you, offer your product to a new demography of people that are in remote areas or digital natives. And we can have that those microfinance bank onboarded on the platform. So it's not, yes, I need to see your job more than just, I'm training people, I'm just following up on ambassadors. There's more to what you can do, right? And I need us to start thinking broadly, right? As Kazim is speaking, I need us to start thinking broadly, what can we do? How can I be better? How can I improve this process, All right? So also, yeah, fantastic. So I don't want to take anything. Kazim has been fantastic so far. I don't want to take anything from this presentation, right? He has been fantastic so far. So I just wanted to check. Is Okbayemi back in the room now?
I've been trying his number. It's not connecting. Okay,
I'm here, sir.
All right. So if we can put on our videos, please let's do that. Just to give the presenter comfort that somebody is on the other side listening. And if you can put on a video, please be interactive in the chat and drop your questions, just to also give everybody a sense of, we're here together. All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you so much for that check.
Hello?
Hello, yes?
Yes, sir. Before you move ahead, I would like to I said we are having a slight modification in the previous work schedule. So I think there's a need for us to update the financial literacy curriculum as well, since there are new products coming on board, which before now were not included. So that is what I thought I should share with the house.
Okay. That is noted.
Also, sir, what I wanted to say earlier was that are we going to have the slides you are sharing now, so that we can be posted, we can use it as a guide, like most of the time. We can even as well as read it on our own to check it and see if there is any. That
Okay,
was what I raised my hand. That was what I was trying to ask, if we can have that slide.
Okay. Let me just quickly answer those two questions, probably to the best of my understanding. The first question has to do with the curriculum. So we have updated the curriculum. Along the line, by the time we are going through this slide, you will see that we have added a whole lot of things. So, and then we have removed certain things. So that has been updated. But as of now, the flyers that we have out there are so many. So we cannot just throw them away and say we want to print another one. So that is why it's going to take time for us to start seeing all these changes in terms of printing. But then in terms of software online, you can see all those changes. And then that brings me to Abubakar's question, talking about sharing the slide. So the slide that you have now is available on Income Google Drive. So I'm going to share the link, and I'll give everybody access to that document. So you can go there and probably download if you want to download for you to be able to use. So that is the only response that I can give.
This has been in my mind for a very long time. This ambassadors training, sir, is there a way we can at least summarize, like something we can just put it in, like how do you put this thing? Like a 2-page something that each ambassador, after the completion of his training, we can give him like a guidebook, just a 2-page. We can summarize like all what he is required to do and everything. Or like, so that it not be like before. After the training, maybe it will take time before we retrain them again. But at least like a guidebook. So you understand what I'm saying? Like a guidebook. Yeah, a book that will be like a guide to them. Like something they can hold on to, maybe all the time, maybe time to time they can be checking it on their own. Okay, this is what you are required to do, this is the structure, this is all, like the whole training, the ambassador part, what they are required to do, how they should do it, and everything should be written in at least a 2-page or one or a single something like that will summarize everything, at least the basic.
Okay, Abubakar, just to answer that question, if you are checking my screen now, this is just all what ambassadors needs to do. So what you are saying is that we should just translate this into probably a 1-pager or probably a 2-pager, so that we will give to them that these are your activities, so that is going to be guiding
yes,
them.
sir. Like a guidebook, yeah, like everything they need to know, they should at least they should be referring to the book.
Okay, that is noted.
So that's a good feedback. Let's work towards that, and I would also like Abubakar to be part of a small team that will work on that. Kazim, just put together maybe two or three people to work on that, and let's have it reviewed. Right. What I don't want us to do is to duplicate informations in multiple places, but I see a need, I see a use case for it, because not every time you don't want to give access to everybody to your Google Doc where they can download every information. So you want to put the information necessary for a specific group of people in front of them only. So if we can have that, it's a short summary, if just extract it from the slide and have another maybe 2 or 3 people to review, just to make sure it meets expectation, because I think Abubakar has expectations in his heart when he was talking. So just to make sure we meet those expectations, that would be fantastic.
Okay, that is fine. So our time is fast spent. So let's just quickly run through this. Like I said, ambassadors, these are the activities that they need to do weekly, week 1, week 2, week 3. Of course, they need to go out, do sensitization, do financial literacy, onboard customers, BVN, and then so this is okay. Just like what Abubakar just said, this is another summary of what a typical ambassador needs to do. You know, of course, making sure that there is a community sensitization, financial literacy, BVN account opening, social lender onboarding, social reputation scoring, feedback, and then of course assisting end user on how to use our services. I think that is all. So for the ambassador documentation, this is just to show us what at every stage. What do you need?
I'm sorry, sir. I just want to point out this. Please, you should create a law, like a law that they do, like just in it, so that there should be a law. If you try to attack any of our officer or you do any unprofessional activity, this is what will happen. At least there should be a law that will be guiding, because I know what I have faced with these people. So if there is a law attached to that contract and also attached to that book, so that whatever happens, you will refer by the book that you have signed that you will never do this, you will never do that, and you do it, and your punishment is this. And I have come to realize that mostly what they have done is because maybe there is no any punishment in that. I know what I have faced with these people, both the local guys and the ambassadors. So attached to that book, after they have all the information of what they are required to do, a law of at least, even though it's 5 to 7 laws, should be attached that will keep us safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand the points from which you are talking from, and then if I understand you correctly, what you are just requesting for is that there should be a review of the agreement that we sign with those ambassadors and the local guides, so that it's going to protect. It's going to protect whoever that is engaging them, so that in case of violence and all of that. So that is also noted, that there should be a review of the agreement, and then of course there should be a clear mention that yes, if this happens, this is going to be the sanction. If this happens, this is going to be the sanction. Okay, I think that is okay. So the slide that I have here is just to show you the summary of everything that we have actually discussed, and then we just to let us know that we need to make sure that all forms are submitted. We need to make sure that all the items that we were meant to submit at every point in time is also submitted. The video, the pictures, the attendance sheets. Attendance sheets is very, very critical, because that is the only way we can get back to those customers. And then, of course, who can be a local guide? I think I've explained this enough. Of course, we just need to display our banner, but it's just to show that yes, they are part of our local guide. So, of course, we have explained this thing too, that a local guide should be about 18 and above. Of course, they need to have a shop. There must be somebody that is trusted within that community, and then of course they need to be trained too, and then they need to also have to be paid at some point in the course of discharge of their own duties. So of course, as a social lender, just to reiterate that a social lender is no longer a loan service solution. It is now a digital financial service provider, meaning that we can provide all the services that you can think of that has to do with financial, that has to do with money moving, that has to do with investment, that has to do with insurance, that has to do with transfer, withdrawal, and then all of that. So this is just also a summary, of what a social lender has done with my cycle, in the past. So I think based on that, I would say we have come to the end of the day one, session one of this training, which has to do with the ambassador training. So I want to believe we have one or two other questions or clarification that we need to make. So the floor is open for us to ask a question now, and I'm going to ask questions also from the audience. So just for me to know that yes, everybody followed this slide. So the floor is open. The floor is open. Do you have any question, any?
And suggestion.
Hello,
sir.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just another observation.
Okay.
Sir, I would like to recommend that in each location, for more security and it is said that prevention is better than cure.
Exactly.
So at least if it's not close to the location office, we should at least involve, because the reason why I'm saying all this, sir, I know what I have faced. So even though we are to, at least, is there a way we can just let the people, like the police over there, to know that we are in existence and we might probably need their help in any case or something like that? I don't know how to put it, but at least let it be. It's not necessary that we have to pay any money to them, but for them to know that we're in existence, that anytime we might, just to build a kind of let's say a social responsibility. Let's have like connection with them in such a way that we know anytime we have any issue, we don't have to go there as a new this thing, but they should know that we are in existence and everything. And I had recommend each community we go for any activity. These communities, more especially here in the north, I don't know of the other sides, they have what we call those collation offices, those security offices, these civil security offices, and a police station also. For security purpose, I had recommend each community, you should keep them posted that you are there, and they should be aware of what you will be doing. So I don't know if you are getting the point I'm trying to.
Okay, Abubakar, I understand you very well. So the long and short of what you have explained is that we should try as a company to protect our staff. We should try as much as possible to put legislation in place. We should put a contractual agreement in place that is going to guide against any act of violence against our staff. And at the same time, we should also try to engage security agencies within our locality to make sure that in case anything happens, they will be able to come to our aid. But I tell you that because of the type of people that we are dealing with, because of their level of education, so there is a much responsibility placed on us as ambassadors, or maybe as a project assistant, to make sure that the people that we are going to be engaging, they are responsible set of people, even though they are still going to sign a contract, they are still going to sign a engagement, probably guarantor form, and then all of that. But as a concerned member of the community, of course, there is nothing that says that you cannot go to a police station if there is need for you to go out on activities that you think that might that might endanger your life. I remember the last, probably before this last one, there was one that I asked you to go to a police station. You have to call probably somebody that has to take you to the police station. Then all the activities, all the agreement that has to be signed was signed at that police station. Because I don't think there is need for us as a social lender to now start going to all the police posts and say, yeah, we are this, we are that. So if our activities are well laid out and we recruit the right people and we do our part as we are meant to do, I do not want to believe that we will be having much problem with the community in which we operate. So that is just what I want to say to that. So I don't know if Mr. Moody will have any comments to make on that.
So like I said in the chat, we've taken note of the conversation, of his feedback, right? And yes, we'll put you in harm's way as an organization. We'll do everything to protect our team members and our staffs, right? But we also expect our team members and staff to conduct themselves in the utmost character, right? We don't expect you fighting. We don't expect you acting out of character, right? And this is the reason why we have built structure to say, have a local guide. So before you go to an environment, have a local guide that's present in the environment, that understands the language, understands the culture of the people, right? And when you have that step, it sort of ease you into this community, right? Having police reports, right? It's a fantastic feedback, right? And we'll look into that, to speak to the lawyers and look into that. But that again has its pros and cons, because if we expect you to conduct yourself in the right manner, because we don't want to be on the wrong side of the law at any point in time. But we'll take a look at different options. There are communities that have local chiefs that possibly are more directly involved with the people than the police structure. We'll take a look at that also to say, who are the security experts, who are the people we need to introduce ourselves to in this community, and let's do that before we start gathering people together in those communities. So it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of solution. It's a conversation that we need to expand to say, when you are in northern Nigeria, for example, this is what you do. You have to introduce yourself to this set of people. But from a structure point of view, we expect you to have a local guide who is well grounded, who is known, and people will listen to. That's why I keep drumming. And Evaristos and Okpeyemi will probably bear me witness here. The fact that we need local guides, I keep drumming that we need to have a local guide system. Having a system where an ambassador go out alone and get the numbers is not helping the ambassador. You're actually stressing the ambassador. The ambassador needs local guide that will help them speak to the people, galvanize, gather people together. So as an ambassador, you're just going there to do your trainings and you're going there to onboard your users. All right. So let's look at that step that we have and strengthen that. Why, from a management perspective, we'll be looking at what do we need to do, in terms of security. And yes, from management, we've been having this conversation, but slightly from a different angle, because we've had incidents of people going away with our devices, and we need to get those devices back, our laptop, our BVM machines and stuff like that. We've had incidents of people seizing them, and these are not external people. So we'll be talking around security, around properties, social lenders properties, and it's interesting and also our personnel. But getting this feedback from you means that we need to wrap up that conversation faster and start implementing things that will inspire confidence. And that's one of my takeaways from this session. Kazim, please note that down and let's bring it up in our next meeting with the CEO. It's something else. It's something that we need to discuss further on. But Abubakar, thank you for that feedback. And apologies if you have been if you have experienced any form of harassment before now. Apologies for those times. We'll do better to protect our team members going forward.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that response. So, like I said, our time is fast spent. Ordinarily, the second part of today's training is for us to go into community, to go and do community sensitization, talk to people, and then all of that. But because we are doing virtual, so there's no how we can move to the community and do that activity. So it is on that basis that instead of doing that, I want to use that session, which is about 15 minutes that is left for us to interact. And this interaction will have to do with, based on what we have been doing before, and based on what we are trying to introduce now. So, because the way we are going to be talking to people now is going to be different. We are not going to be telling them that, come, let's give you loan. So we are going to be talking to them now that, yes, we have A, B, C, D services that you can enjoy using our service. So I just want probably a comment from everybody, probably for just 1 minute, on what you have taken out of this session. Did we understand the new direction of social lender? So if we understand it in your own words, what do you think social lender is trying to achieve? So the floor is open.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir, for the presentation. Well, I've seen a lot of changes, more especially on the activities. I have seen additions on mostly on the GOXI and FBN insurance. We hope that we should be able to deliver what is expected from us. I don't. I'm sorry that I've been just escalating on some stuff. It's just things that I think that maybe to be of help, even though it's not now, maybe in the future. The last thing I would like to just say within the 1 minute is that, sir, I think you should review the duration of the payment for the ambassadors, but maybe it can be based on the kind of project, maybe OCP. It depends on the kind of project we are handling. But I think since that the procedure of evaluating the activity might probably take time, and I've come to realize that in most cases, what uh, give them the zeal to do some stuff is that maybe they will now say that, okay, we are expecting our payment within this period, and it has taken to this period. Even though if you are explaining to maybe a third party, maybe it situation have made you to reach to a third party or maybe community head or something. Whenever they said that the agreement said they will be paid weekly or something like that, it will now be as if the delay is on purpose, or maybe the duration, the delay, the time that is being delayed is too much. So I had recommend that the payment should be either at the end of activity. At least you as a project assistant, you might have an excuse to give that, okay, the activity is not done, rather than maybe they are expecting it weekly, and maybe even evaluating the activity might be more than a week. So it's affect the patients they will be having. It affects the patients. Maybe you are patient for additional 1 week, you are more patient for additional 2 weeks. So as the times moves on, your patient will diminish. So I think it should be reviewed, even though it will be based on the type of project. Maybe if it is OCP, they will say, okay, this is the duration of payment. If it is GOZI, this is the duration of payment. I think it should be, you should review that. I have come to realize that this is the way, that is like, if not the most, that is the basic, one of the basic excuses that leads to most of the unprofessional activities that happened. Or maybe we are not praying, but it will, if it is being reviewed, I hope and pray that it will have a very good impact in the nearest future. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Abdurrahman.
Yeah, yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
Morning. I would like to have a clarity here. Clarity in the sense that I want to get the new rule of engagement, since we have several services now, or activities that we're going to be selling out, to make people understand that we have various things they can access from us, but our lending aspect is on hold for now, if I'm right. The lending aspect is on hold. What we'll be selling majorly is the insurance product. So I would like to have a clearer picture of the new rule of engagement. So that is my take.
Okay. I'll allow Mr. Moody to take that question. Sir, can you please help us on that?
So new rule of engagements, right? Fantastic question. Good feedback also. So what we are doing is we are expanding our scope, and for every product line we introduce, right? For every major product line we introduce, they are going to be defined rules of engagements, financial remuneration, for every line we introduce, right? So for example, we're now pushing insurance. For every insurance you sell, there's a financial reward. I don't want to call it reward, remuneration that you get. Evaristo has been working on that for a while now, right? So that will be communicated. You will be trained for every product line we introduce. We're going to be trained on that. So there's going to be a specific training on insurance, how it works, how to talk to people about insurance. What does insurance cover? Is it fire? Is it life insurance, health insurance? We'll have those sessions, right, to break it down, equip you with knowledge that you can share with your communities. Then, of course, for sharing those knowledge, just like Social Lender, for every customers or end users you completely on board, we pay for those, right? There are amounts that you get for doing that. But what I was going to say, apart from insurance, right, we expect users to be able to use our product for multiple engagements. So there's another product line that has to do with not even a different product line. Currently, fully onboarded users are people that have gone through financial literacy sessions, opening a bank account, right, and taking a loan. But also the part that we never really got to is that they are using the account usage, right? Either they're using it to recharge their phone, they're doing transfer to the account, or doing transfer out of the account. It's something that we never really got to track with this team. And that's another part of the product that we need to promote. So for every account open, it's not just okay for you to just open an account and let the person be. You have to, talk to the person on account usage, how they can use the account, how they can transfer money to the account or buy credit using the account. We're in a very special time where, for a while now, cash has been scarce. So people are doing more of digital transaction. So account usage has actively improved or increased in time. So we expect you to have those knowledge. We expect you to communicate those knowledge. And as we onboard new product line, like the insurance product line, yes, there's going to be specific training for it. For every insurance policy you sell, there's going to be a payment for that, right? Yes, what we're saying for what's it called now? Lending is not the primary driver anymore, right? Digital financial service provider is the primary driver. So digital service provider covers lending, covers account opening, account usage, insurance covers, right? And funds transfers, when we launch our own product around fund transfer and payment and collection, right? The beauty of what we are doing now is that you don't need a multinational bank or to come to onboard. You can onboard a microfinance bank. You can even onboard a business to say you guys are doing a lot of turnovers manually. Do you want us to open a bank account for you? Do you can do collection through this bank account and you can onboard them? So we are trying to decentralize the system and give you more control. And if your question is around payments, right, for every transaction that we're going to be introducing, right, or every product line we're going to be introducing, we're going to be training you on those product line. And we're also going to be communicating what is the financial remuneration attached to this product line. Is Evaristo still here? He has dropped off.
I think he said he has a meeting.
Okay, he has a meeting. So I wanted to ask him what was the financial remuneration, but he has those financials that he's working through. Abdurrahman, did I answer your question?
Yes, sir, you did. I'm more concerned about the knowledge aspect because, the bulk of the work falls on us. For you to sell a product, you need to know what you're selling.
Yeah, I totally agree. Agree. Yeah, and we won't give you a product to go and sell without giving information around the product.
Yeah.
Right, we won't do that. So there's going to be training. Evaristos is going to be running through the insurance training policy package, right, and extensive training at that. And some of those trainings are going to be recorded so that you have access to the materials when you need to. Some of those trainings are going to be documented. So again, you're going to have access to a folder of information around insurance. What are the free? What is an insurance cover? What is an insurance policy, for example? You're going to have all this broken down in and given to you to study before you go talk to anybody about insurance.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for that response. Just for me to just add to what Mr. Moody has said. It will look like somebody is planning to fail if you ask people to go to the market without training them on what to sell. So as a company, a responsible one for that matter, we will not do such a thing to ask you to go to a market and sell what you are not even using yourself. So as part of the training, so you need to be on board. You need to use that service for you to be able to understand how it works. That is when you can now tell people about it. So as part of this training, just like I said, there is a slide that has to do with insurance, what we are selling, how much we are selling it, what are the terms, beneficiaries, claim, policy, and then all of that. But it might not be as comprehensive as we are going to be looking at it by the time we want to do a full-blown insurance training that has to break down everything into minute details. But then, as part of this training, we are going to be showing you part of what you are going to be talking to customers about. So, Okwe, what do you have for us? You've been quiet.
Yeah, I've been listening all along. That was a very, very wonderful presentation. Also, I've learned a lot. Right. So one thing I would like to hammer on is I would like us to, as team members or as a team, let's use this product ourselves, right, from start to finish, and be confident 100%, if possible 101%, before going out there, so that we'll have no doubt in our mind that, oh, what if this happens or what if that happens? Like Abdurrahman said, we need to know how and when and who are we even marketing this product for. So if we have a better understanding from our own home, that I think any problem we even encounter outside will be, we'll be able to face it and overcome these challenges. It is very, very important for us to know what we are selling. It is very, very important. That way, we won't be doubtful of what if this fails or what if this happens. Even though we encounter this, we know how to go about this, right? So other thing I want to mention is the ambassador issue. I think the root of all this back and forth is not laying down rules before engaging them. Probably the rules that was existing before was not that firm. Reason why these people are just threatening us, doing whatever they like. If we can have a proper ambassador handbook, like Mr. Moody has said, a code of conduct for ambassadors, and mode of payment, mode of operation, and something to guide them, so that even though they want to take any unnecessary step, they will caution themselves, or they will even think twice before they proceed. It's very, very important, because looking at the list of the ambassadors we have, I begin to wonder how come we have this long list of ambassadors, and I came to a conclusion that we just hire these people just to acquire some numbers to achieve some results. And at the end of the day, it's backfire, sincerely, because even Mubarak's safety now is not even guaranteed, right? He's been threatened, he's been monitored wherever he's going, right? So I think going forward, let's have a proper ambassador onboarding. This will also help the business going forward. And I think it will also help every team member across all locations. That's my own submission. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for that feedback. So just like I said, is a 3-day training. So there are some of these things that you have mentioned that is still part of what we are going to be discussing about in the coming days. So by that
Yeah,
time, we'll be able
yeah.
to answer some of those questions.
Yeah, I just hope we're noting down some of the feedback,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
that
yeah.
we've gotten, and we need to, Kazim, we need to take some of those
Action.
actions. We also need the input of people like Okwe, because he has dealt with this team closely for a long time in solving some of the topic he's just raised, around rules of engagement and code of conduct. What I also wanted to talk about is being firm, because we can put off a fantastic rules of engagement and documentation, and because I have seen where project assistants are working hand in hand with ambassadors and local guide to do the wrong thing, right? And we need to check that. There are payments that I make on behalf of to social lenders, ambassadors, that I know there is no number to back up this invoice that I get, right? There are no specific numbers, but we have to pay those amounts just for peace to reign and just to make sure everybody is safe. But I would want this team here to be more in charge of their various states. All right. When an ambassador comes and says to you, I onboarded 15 people, you should be able to ask the ambassador, where are the 15 people? Where are the documentations to show you onboarded 15 people? Can we call those people at random, and just to make sure they are real, right? Because oftentimes it is pushed to us, and the ambassador and the project assistant is saying, my people are not working because they've not been paid. But the truth of the matter is that if we have to do